thought we'd start today's practice with a story because it's a long and silly story, like all my favorite Taoist stories. So today we're doing day 2 of our Qigong intensive, and after the intensity of summer, the heat of our fire element from yesterday, the next element in the creation cycle is the earth element, which technically there's 5 elements and only 4 seasons, but earth is kind of late summer, and also a little bit of earth element in between all the other seasons in the sort of transition from one season to the other. So our earth element is our stomach and spleen meridian lines, and my overall thing with earth is to think of it as cultivating our true purpose in life. Which sounds like a big question, seems overwhelming, and we don't spend a lot of time thinking about it or trying to understand what it might be. And so maybe just keep that in the back of your mind as you practice today. When our earth element is in balance, we feel calm and stability, fairness, openness, trust, and compassion. And when our earth gets out of balance, we might feel stuck. We might be mired in worries or anxieties. We might have a sense of distrust or doubt about things. So we'll start with this story. This is a Drongda story, I think maybe, that he's one of those guys that came after the Tao Te Ching was written, who kind of in the subsequent generations expanded on it. Lots of my favorite Taoist stories about animals are all from Drongda. So this is about a wife, newly married. Her name is Lily, and she goes to live with her husband. And of course, in those days, husbands always lived with their mothers. So she has to move in with her mother-in-law, and straight away after the wedding, things don't go well. She feels like the mother-in-law is criticizing her cooking, her cleaning, every element of it, and she gets more and more unhappy, more and more angry, and soon her husband is unhappy because the whole household is not feeling very calm. Everyone's earth element is out of balance. And so Lily decides she has to do something, that all of her chances of happiness are gone and she'll never be happy again. So she visits her local herbalist, and she asks the herbalist if he can concoct some kind of poison that she can feed to basically murder her mother-in-law. And the herbalist thinks about this for a while, and this goes out the back of his shop, puts a bunch of herbs together and gives her a little packet and sends her on her way. She goes home, and the herbalist has told her to prepare every meal and put all of her love into it and treat her mother-in-law with kindness, so there's no suspicion of this murder about to take place. And so Lily does this, making every meal, cleaning the house, and suddenly she stops feeling criticized all the time. Suddenly she stops feeling judged, and she starts to think her mother-in-law might be okay after all. And she starts getting a little worried. So she goes back to the herbalist. She says, "Doctor, I've made a big mistake. I don't want to murder my mother-in-law after all. Can you please give me something that will be the antidote to save her?" And the herbalist, of course, says, "Lily, the poison was only ever in your mind." All right. Let's just allow ourselves to arrive and take in that beautiful story. You might like to close down your eyes. Allow your shoulders to be heavy away from the ears. You might even bring attention to your stomach. Take your next breath, feel belly expand. We just allow ourselves to arrive into the practice. Each time we return to the mat, we have a sense of purposelessness. What can I discover today? What can I find out about myself? We just allow ourselves to see what happens. See what we can become aware of. So we move away from our everyday habit energy and start to have a little more awareness of the patterns of our lives. Let's take our arms down by the side. We'll inhale to reach up. Get to the top of the breath. Just turn the palms side out. Just feel like energy moving down from thought after thought after thought. Just right down to this mid part of the body. Chinese medicine, it's believed this is where we inhale again. We hold our intention, our determination, our ability to follow through and finish things. So even if we don't have a sense of our true purpose right now, we might be able to make small intentions from the awareness from this practice and just get ourselves moving again when we start a task to follow through and finish it. Instead of always allowing restlessness and distraction to take control. Let's take one hand to our heart, one to our lower belly. You might feel as you take your next breath that you're inviting this sense of calm and ease into the body. Just following each breath. Inhaling all the way to the end of the breath. As we exhale, allowing the lungs to empty completely. Maybe just getting a sense for how the body breathes us, how we breathe without any conscious thought all day and every day. Just allowing the diaphragm to move, the abdomen to expand. Without any conscious thought, without any decision. So often when we have this feeling of having a knot in our stomach, this feeling of stuckness or overthinking, we can bring clarity into our body simply through our breath. Sense of allowing new energy to come in and slowly sigh out and let go of whatever we don't need. Monkey mind will keep interrupting, telling us we need to analyze or think, but we just tell monkey mind, oh, just focus on my breath right now. We always need an answer to everything. Sometimes we can just trust, be open to experience. end of your next breath. And slowly open the eyes if they're closed. We're going to come up into a standing position. We'll just do some gentle warm-ups for the body. Let's start with our feet shoulder width apart. You might take a moment just to rock forward and back from heel to ball of feet to the toes. Just feel into each corner of the foot. Take note of the stability under the feet. Just allow gravity to be heavy, heavy through the heels, heavy through the ball of the feet. You might feel the back of your knees soft or your knees just slightly bending, just a millimeter or two. Tailbone is tucked under just a little, spine is long. Just allow the arms to hang by the side of the body. Chest is open. You might just invite the hint of a smile on the corners of your lips and just feel that sense of muscle release within the face, the cheeks, the jaw, teeth. Let's start as we take our next inhale, lifting the chin, looking with the eyes up. And as we exhale, draw the chin to the chest. Inhaling to lift up. Side out. One more time. Inhale, look up, lift up. And let it go. This time let's take our neck to the right hand side. We'll side out as we gently look behind the shoulder. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, let it go. Just find your own rhythm here, moving with the breath. Meet back in the center. We'll drop our right ear to our right shoulder. Chin will come down to the chest. Just take a half circle. Maybe change directions. And we'll meet back in the center. Take our left ear to our left shoulder. Roll the chin forward. Small circles. Maybe switch directions. Let's take our shoulders all the way up to our ears now. Just hold it up there for a minute or two, maybe a second or two. And then let's shrug it down and roll through the shoulders both ways. Let's take one arm up and one arm down. We'll just pulse gently behind the body. Switching arms. Pressing through the heel still. And now we'll take both our elbows wide, cross them over. Elbows come behind, chest open, wrap the arms around. Maybe switch which arm is on top. Let's creep our hand around. We're just going to come back onto the top of our shoulder and we'll just hang that arm down. Just allow it to monkey around. And you might like to shift the weight from leg to leg. And then we'll try the other side. Just pressing into the top of the shoulder. All right. Let's extend the arms out. We'll just allow them to be free, maybe knocking against the lower back. And let's slowly come back to the center. We'll take our hands down towards the ground, pressing through the feet. Just allow the whole body to be heavy. Head hangs below the heart. Maybe your hands come down to the ground, maybe not. Just feel a strong sensation in the back of the legs. Take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale, side out. Slowly raise it up. Curl the spine one vertebrae at a time. And we'll roll the shoulders again. All right. So we'll move into some earth element forms today. We're going to start with both our hands along the center line of the body. Let's have the right arm on top. Once you feel this center line coming down the middle of the body, palm facing into palm, bring your attention back to the feet, heels pressing into the ground. Shoulders are heavy. So maybe get a sense for the energy in between the palms. Now bring the attention back to the breath. As we breathe in through the nose, we feel our belly expand. And as we sigh out, we feel navel come back to the spine. And we're going to keep these arms in the center line. Just explore the space outside. So let's breathe in together. Breathe out to drop our left hand down. Take a kind of figure 8, an infinity symbol, side out, and then we inhale to bring it back to the center line. And then exhale, upper hand comes up and out. So we're tracing a big infinity symbol. We inhale to draw it back in. Exhale, drop the lower hand. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, top hand. Inhale, back to center. So just find your own rhythm with this movement. Moving with the breath and this feeling of just drawing energy back to our center, back to this place of calm and stability and balance. Take a moment to scan through the body and get this sense of the center line, what it feels like. So in Chinese medicine, we believe that creativity comes from balance of the earth element. Intention, determination. These are all things not from our mind, but from our stomach. When our stomach is out of balance, we might feel bloated, we might crave sugars and sweets. When it's in balance, we're able to move, we have a plan, and we determinedly follow it through. One more each side. And slowly take the hands down. Right, now we're going to step out into our horse stance, our ma-bu. So we just might step out one leg and then the other. Drop the weight into the tailbone. We don't want the knees coming out above the toes. Drop your weight down. We're going to extend the arms out. Side out as we just drop the tailbone and allow everything to be heavy. Turn the palms. Inhale to straighten the legs. Exhale. Sink down, maybe a little low. Inhale to lift up. Exhale. One more time. Let's bring the arms now, palms facing up. Elbows into the side of the body. Let's inhale together. Exhale, open up the side body and tip one hand down towards the knee. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, open opposite side. So the strong sensation, just breathe through it. Inhale to come up. Exhale, open. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, let it go. One more each side. And we meet back in the center. Let's step our legs back in. Let's take our left hand to our lumbar spine. We're going to inhale to take the right arm out and up. Turn the knuckles to face towards the eyes and side out as you draw the hand, as if you're shading your eyes from the sun. Inhale to push out again. Side out to take the hand behind the back. Left arm. Inhale, raise it up. Exhale, shade. Inhale to push up. Exhale, draw it back to the lumbar spine. Right arm. Keep our chest open, our knees are slightly bent. And let's meet back in the center. Now move into pushing sky and earth. Again, we start with our palms facing towards each other, center line of the body. Let's inhale together. Exhale, one hand pushes down, the other hand pushes up. Just take a moment to feel that sensation of energy pushing in each direction. Really trying to lift the sky, push down the earth. Then we'll flip the wrists, inhale, draw them together. Exhale, push them out, opposite way. We're just moving up and down through the center line of the body. Inhale, draw them together. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. And exhale. This feeling of pushing in both directions, moving in both ways is so central to everything in Chinese medicine, everything in Taoist theory, this idea of yin and yang. Not trying to be one thing or the other, but it's acknowledging that all health, every part of our lives is simply about the balance between opposing forces. Now we're going to inhale to take our arms wide. Big circle. Exhale, push the palms out again. Inhale, draw them in towards each other. Exhale, push out. Inhale, another big circle, take them wide. Exhale, turn the palms, push up, push down. Inhale, draw the hands towards each other. Exhale, push out. Another big circle, take it wide. Side out. Inhale, draw the palms in. Exhale, push out. Let's inhale, draw the palms in towards each other. Exhale, down. Okay, we'll do another form from Baduan Jin. This is the wise owl looking backwards. Let's start with fingers pointing in towards each other. Bring attention back towards the feet, pressing through the toes, pressing through the heel. Just feel that sensation of shoulders moving in towards each other, chest being, muscles being engaged, and energy focused on the center line. Let's inhale together. As we exhale, turn the wrists and open through the shoulders. And we're going to gently look behind our shoulder. Side out. Inhale, turn the fingers to point back inwards. Exhale, turn to the opposite side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. So just find this rhythm with the breath. Moving through the shoulder joints. And just gently looking in the distance behind the shoulder as we turn. Let's meet back in the center. And take the arms down by the side of the body. Just take a moment to get a sense for where your energy is at right now. You might like to scan through the body from head to toe. Maybe feel into fingers and toes that sense of warmth or tingling. This is our energy, our life force moving around. Might do one more form. Let's draw our palms in towards each other. And then we're going to push across the body. Inhale back to the center, palm towards palm. Exhale, turn the opposite way. As you flow through this movement, so you can really engage muscles across the arms and chest. So it's like you're pushing a heavy, heavy object. And we keep stability through hips and legs. Moving slowly and deliberately with that breath. Let's meet back in the center line. Exhale, hands come down. Let's inhale to raise the arms up. Turn the palms towards each other. Fingers can be slightly apart, thumbs turned in a little. Allow shoulders to be heavy, elbows heavy. Let's inhale together. Exhale, we'll twist our waist around to the right. Inhale, open the left arm out, opening through the chest. And then we sigh out as we draw the hands together. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left hand side. Inhale, right arm sweeps across the body, open the chest. Exhale, arms come back in. Shoulders heavy. One more time each side. Inhale together. Exhale, twist through the waist. Inhale, left arm opens out. Exhale, draw the arms together. Inhale, turn to the left. Open through the arms. And we draw the arms together. Exhale, take the hands down. We'll finish today's practice with some acupressure points. So come down to a seated position. And we might start with, let's extend our right leg forward. I'm just going to come into this point called stomach 36, the extra mile point. So trace down from your knee about 3 finger widths down on the outside of the shin bone in that part. Just pressing with the thumb. So this is a point on our stomach meridian, commonly known as the extra mile point, because when we've done all that our body thinks we can do, this point gives us the extra mile. So whenever you're feeling low on energy, maybe have that sense of craving sugars or sweets, let's try instead pressing into this point. You can use the flat part of your thumb. And as you know, I like to use my heel of my opposite leg. Just find into the point and just allow gravity to work, and you might turn the ankle, sigh into it. You can spend a minute or two on this point any time of the day. Whenever energy is flagging. Let's come into it on the other side. Extending the left leg out. Find the shin bone, the outside of the shin bone. About 3 finger widths south of the knee. Just press in. Small circles. If you like, extend it out. Use the ankle. Down the stomach meridian line, we'll find the point just in this kind of mid part of the foot, stomach 42. Just want to find in between the tendons, there's a natural little kind of caved in bit. Pressing here, a couple of finger widths below where the ankle is. Take a breath. Stomach is the reservoir for all food, liquid in our body, and sometimes it might be hard to get our head around this idea that it's where we store our creativity or our intention. That we all know the feeling when we feel bloated, when we feel stuck, when we've just had a big meal and we don't want to move, we don't want to do anything. And how do we get moving again? We find that intention, find that thing that helps us move forward, helps us do the next thing, whatever it may be. We'll do 2 points on our spleen meridian as well. We'll start with a point. So on the inside arch of our foot, just under the ball of the foot, on the side is spleen 3 point. So again, find the flat of the toe. This is another point for fatigue. And if you like, you can try both feet at the same time. Spleen meridian runs along the inside arch of the foot, up the inside of the leg. One of 3 yin meridians on the legs, along with the kidney and liver meridian. And then we're just going to move a little bit up the leg, just inside the shin bone again, on just in between the shin bone and the calf muscle. Just find in here about 4 finger widths up from the ankle bone. Small circles with the thumbs. This is our spleen 6 point. whenever you're ready, let's just cross our legs, or you might like to join me in the Caesar position. Please put a block under your sit bones if you have any lower back issues. Let's join our hands in the center line of our body. So today we learn about the earth element. We know when our earth element is in balance, when we feel stable and calm, when we trust in others, when we feel open and that life is fair. This balance is hard to achieve. Let's take a moment to stay in gratitude for practicing today, for the small learnings about ourselves, maybe a sense of understanding and insight into the patterns that we have every day, the choices that we make, the actions. If you'd like to spend the last minute of practice, maybe just noticing what arises when we think of the question, what is my true purpose? What is my life mission? Just notice what arises. Many thanks as always for sharing practice with us again today, and we'll be back tomorrow with metal element forms and some more acupressure points and breath work. Metal element is appreciation for now and life, and we'll learn all about it tomorrow. See you then.